All right, hello, and welcome to another episode of the 331 podcast, where we talk with some of the most interesting people from the Lower Mainland and around the world. Thank you for listening. My guest today served in the Royal Canadian Navy and was deployed to the Korean Peninsula as part of the ongoing peacekeeping effort in the mid-1950s. I am extremely honored and excited to speak with him today. He was graciously invited me into his home to share his story with us. Please welcome Mr. Charles Thomas Westover. Mr. Westover, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much.
To give our listeners a bit of context on how we met, several months ago I felt a strong desire to interview a Canadian war veteran from either the Second World War or the Korean War. I reached out to every legion I could find, including those in Greater Vancouver, Prince George, Kelowna, Kamloops, Calgary, Edmonton, and even Toronto. I did this because I believe preserving the recorded stories of our veterans is incredibly important. Sadly, many of our Second World War and Korean veterans have passed away. But just as I was parking my car one day, I received a single phone call back, and that call is what led to this conversation with Charles. So once again, Charles, thank you for allowing me to be here and for agreeing to share your story with us this morning.
My pleasure.
So, Charles, how old are you, sir?
89.
89 years old. Wow. Yeah, you don't look 89 years old.
I got my father's genes. He didn't look it either.
Your father's genes. And where did you grow up, sir?
During the Second World War, we lived in White Rock. And I grew up mostly in British Columbia, different towns. With my trade as a saw filer, I went to different sawmill towns and worked all across British Columbia, Alberta, Alaska, and except for my military service, which is extensive, 35 years in the military, I was a saw filer working in sawmills.
And you grew up in the White Rock area originally?
No, we just, after the war, we moved to a place called Lac La Hache.
Lac La Hache. Yes.
And that's where my dad come back from overseas, and he got a job up there building a sawmill at Lac La Hache.
And what was your dad doing overseas?
My dad was stationed in Scotland, and I just think he was, he was a sergeant. I think he was just training troops when they came over, that's about it.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
In Scotland, and then they would go on into
right.
Europe and France.
Right.
Oh, wow. Did he tell you any stories of his time over there?
No, he never ever mentioned overseas because I guess he was a womanizer. And when they got back, my mom and dad had my mother was no angel either. But that's another story.
Right. And what was your childhood like? Was it a happy childhood? What was it like growing up at that time?
Yeah, I have an older sister, and she primarily brought us up, all us 5 kids, because she was born when my dad was overseas, so he didn't particularly like that when he come back.
No.
No.
So
otherwise, I had a good childhood and happy. Grew up mostly in Ocean Falls, a little coastal town up the coast of BC. And I joined the militia up there, and that's where I started, in the militia at 16. And went to military college after I got my grade 12 education in Beaumont, Vancouver Island. And then I was transferred to Kingston, Ontario, and then I went there and spent my time in Kingston and became an officer.
What made you choose the Navy? How did that happen?
My uncle, Bill Spry, was not really my uncle, but my parents told us he was my uncle, was in the Coast Guard. And they stopped in at Ocean Falls all the time. And it inspired me to join the Navy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And What rank and ship did you serve on during your time in the Korean
Well, I was
Peninsula?
on the Fraser, the Skeena, and the last one was the Crescent,
Crescent.
HMCS Crescent, yeah.
Okay,
And I was a cook.
you were the cook.
Yeah.
Okay, and when you left Kingston, did you get deployed? I believe you told me the ship was called the New Glasgow.
Yeah,
When you got
right.
sent down to Korea, and that was your first deployment.
Let me see, after I left Kingston, I went back to Ocean Falls, and I spent 30 days leave, and then I went to military college. I think it was 55, we went to Korea,
Okay.
through the Panama Canal, over to Saigon? No, we bombed Saigon, yeah. We bombed Saigon in whatever date that was, I can't remember.
So you mean you bombed Saigon, Vietnam on your way to Korea?
No, that's in Korea.
Well, Saigon's in Vietnam.
Saigon, Vietnam?
Yeah.
Jeez, you got me mixed up there.
I'm sorry.
No, I got mixed up. Saigon, Indochina. Okay, that's right.
But you traveled through the Panama Canal,
Right.
And you were on your way to Korea. Do you
Right.
remember that journey
It's
and,
a long
what
time
your do you remember what your officers told you? What your sort of mission was? What did they tell you about what you were doing?
No, I can't remember. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. What was Canada's role in 1955, 56 when you were going down there?
Well, the United States was at war, and being with the United States so close, so I guess we just did what we were told to do. I wasn't an officer then, so
Right.
yeah, I was just a cook.
Okay. And your day-to-day duties were cooking for all the
Officers.
officers
Yeah, I was
there?
an officer's cook, yeah.
Okay.
That's how I got in there.
Okay. And was peacekeeping and post-war service, is that what the mission was? Because
It was a peacekeeping mission,
yeah.
yes.
So what did that look like day to day when you were down there?
What do you mean, what does it look like?
I mean, did you spend most of the time on the ship? Did you get deployed onto the land?
No, we're never on land, we're always aboard ship,
Okay.
yeah.
And what was life like day to day on the ship at that time?
Well, I'm trying to think of what it was like. Well, you get with a bunch of people and you get your tot every day. We were looking forward to that every day. Our
You're taught.
ounce of rum,
What is taught? What is that?
an ounce of rum.
Oh, it's an ounce of rum. Okay.
Yeah, we got our tot every day, and we could save it. So we always saved our tots for when we come ashore. Because you didn't drink. You can have one tot a day,
Right.
but you didn't want to drink and get drunk or anything like that. That's for sure.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And did you feel like the war was truly over when you arrived in the Korean Peninsula there?
I think it should be over. I don't know what I thought. You gotta remember, I spent many years as a zombie on my head. I forgot a lot of things, traumatic, losing my legs and everything, from wearing military boots. And you couldn't change boots. They give you an issue pair of them, 9.5. So they give me a set of 9s that didn't have 9.5. So I had to squeeze into those, and I ended up, they told me I had gout, but I had gangrene.
Oh wow.
Yeah, many years later, by the way, so I've only lost my legs for 3 years now.
3 years ago.
Yeah, before I was in crutches
Okay.
with bad feet. But worked into gangrene and they cut them off.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it started back,
This is
when
only
you-
3 years ago.
right,
We're talking
but the boots,
60
yeah,
years or 70 years ago, yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Well, I stayed in the militia all the time. I was always in the military. I spent 35 years in the military.
And can you explain a little bit of the difference between the militia and the military? I'm kind of unfamiliar with that.
Militia is a backup to the regular forces. If they needed, they can pick the militia because they're already trained.
Okay, so is the
Yeah.
militia and the reserves
Yes.
the same? Just a
Well, that's
different-
the same now,
It's the
right.
same, okay, I wasn't clear with that, okay.
Yeah. And I spent a lot of time in officers training in Kingston, Ontario, and Esquimalt. I went to the military college there to become an officer. I only had grade 9 education when I joined, so I had to get my GED to get grade 12 because I wanted to be an officer. And
What was inspiring you to become an officer?
well, my uncle was an officer. Well, he wasn't an officer at the time. He was a staff sergeant, and I was in the Navy on the same ship as he was over in Korea. My mother's brother. Yeah.
You were on the same ship as he was?
Yes, he was.
At the same time?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Both in the kitchen.
Okay.
He was a petty officer for second class to start with, and he made chief petty officer, and I was just an ordinary seaman at the time.
So I have a restaurant background, and I know that the cooks, are a particular set of, rascals. Sometimes it gets a little rowdy in there. Do you have any stories from the time when you guys were cooking? And
Well, it was pretty hectic
Yeah, I
at
bet,
meal
especially-
times, yeah.
that size of,
But by the time mealtime comes, you can start to relax because
yeah,
they're out there serving, helping themselves, of course.
right. Did you ever get any time ashore? Did you see any of the destruction of the war when you were over there in Korea?
No. We fought our war from the ship 20 miles out at sea, and we didn't go in after. I don't know where we went, back to Hawaii, I guess, I'm not sure.
Okay. And can you explain that a little bit to me? Like you said you fought your war. What exactly
Well, I wasn't.
was going on? Because from what I was understanding, it was like peacetime and there wasn't any attacks going on, but you're saying that there were. Can you explain that a little bit more?
I wasn't in the militia, I was in the Navy, so we didn't go ashore,
Right,
no.
but you were firing off,
Shells into North Korea, right.
okay. So you were still firing shells off into North Korea in 55 and 56?
According to my records, I've got them all here. They don't have that. These are my military records.
Yeah. Okay. Because, for me, like I'm 46, I like military history, and from my, research, the war was,
I can explain these as I go
sure,
along.
I mean, the war was like, almost like a stalemate in a way, right? They never signed a peace agreement, they had the demilitarized zone, and there wasn't any attacks going on anymore from the UN command and North Korea, but you were saying that you were sending bombs over, so
Yeah.
do you remember why that was happening? Because it's unclear to me, like I don't remember that report or
Well,
history.
you only take orders when
Yeah.
you're in the military. and
Right,
We're taking orders, we were with the Americans, eh?
yeah,
This, anyways, on here, this is just my certificate of service with the Navy. And I signed on for 5 years. I was 5'2" when I joined, ended up 6 foot. And then I went to Cornwallis, Naden, and then I went on to New Glasgow. That's what we're talking about here. 9th of February 1955. I was on there till the 9th of September 56. And that was during Korea.
Yeah.
And then I went on the Crescent after that.
And what was the Crescent?
Well,
Where were you deployed on that one?
It was a destroyer, but it wasn't a destroyer escort. It was a full-tide destroyer. And I was on that until I got out.
And where were you deployed during that time?
Oh, coast.
The coast of
Yeah, Hawaii,
Hawaii.
regular stuff like that.
Okay.
I got my commission in 9th of February 55, issued my lieutenant. Well, that's that one. Okay, what else we got here?
And were you ever sent over into like Vietnam at all? Like
No.
during that war?
No, I was
or
in the reserves.
you were in the reserves
Yeah.
at that time.
Right. And I don't know what these are about. Well, this is my course reports. I did really well. I got a lot of A's in my organization, officers' duties, officers' regulations, safety precautions, a lot of A's. That's a grade, A, B, C. Yeah.
So this is a report from your senior officer on how you were doing
Right.
as a lieutenant, or was
Right.
this with your grades to become a lieutenant?
Yeah. I came out as a B.
Okay.
A, B, C, D, E, F, all that, Has met all performance objectives of the course training standard for the basic officer's qualification, and has been awarded the CF 740 Certificate of Qualifications, which is that over there.
Right. I saw that, and it's got the red seal on it and everything.
That's just one of these papers you get. Naval Academy in Machosen, that's where I started, and then I went to Kingston Military Academy. This is how they graded me, my efficiency record. Very good and good, that's it.
To the point.
And I got
Right.
14 days in Choki, which is a military prison, for beating up my wife's boyfriend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So
I come back from Hawaii one time and he was shacked up with my wife. I hope that's not in there. Anyways, I kicked the hell out of him.
So you walked in on
Yeah,
them?
yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then you just like saw red,
See this on there?
essentially.
Oh,
Did you want me to edit this out?
No.
Oh, okay.
And this is when I just got my lieutenant's 15th November 1954. Advanced, issued A grade lieutenant, become an officer. I had to do a lot of schooling. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
I was
only had
gonna
grade
say,
9.
you seem really proud of that.
I only had grade 9 in school.
Yeah. And then you went back, you said you got your GED.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GED.
And the military helped you get all that.
And this is just my supply branch history sheet.
Were you always a cook?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I was a cook on the railway after the military.
Oh, okay.
But I was always in the militia. I stayed in militia for 30 years in the militia. Westminster Regiment, by the way.
A Westminster Regiment.
Yeah,
Nice.
right here.
Yeah.
And
Is-
this is the crescent I was on, but I was only there for a year. Yeah, these are just my military stuff. I don't know why I kept them, but
Is there a story from your service that you don't often get to tell, but you'd like to share?
I'm trying to think of any incident. Yes. I regret very much joining the service. I don't like killing people. We were killing people we didn't even see. That bothers me today. You can't imagine. You just can't imagine how it feels. You're killing innocent people. People out in their farms, farming. That bothers me. That's the only thing that bothered me. I shouldn't have been in the military.
I was shocked to kind of hear you say that, because from my standpoint, I was like thinking that you're really proud, but then you're telling me now.
Well,
that
we weren't
actually-
killing the enemy, we were killing civilians. We didn't know who we were killing, sending bombs over into Korea. We didn't know where our shells were landing.
Right.
Sure, they were supposed to be landing on a military base, but I'm sure we killed a lot of innocent people. And that bothered me, and it still bothers me.
Did you hear of anything at your time over there, what the bombs were doing, or
No,
what was going on that side?
no, we
You
didn't
just
go
knew
ashore.
what the destruction would be. You knew what it would look like.
We didn't go ashore to see what destruction we did. We just took off back to Hawaii. We just did what we were told to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did it affect you afterwards? Can you explain a little bit?
At that time, it didn't affect me.
Okay.
We were taking orders.
Right.
I was in the military.
Just buckle down, do it, move on to the next day.
But it bothers me to this day very much now. As you see, all the immigrants we have here in Canada, we're bringing in all these poor countries into Canada, teaching them to be better people.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that bothered me. It still bothers me really bad now. I'm getting older.
Yeah. What's sort of been helping you cope with all of these emotions that you're feeling?
I've done a lot of hospitalization with my legs. I see the counselor downstairs, but I don't go into depth with them. You know, I'm sure they're not interested in my service time. But it bothers me. Of course, it'll bother me the rest of my life, all the people the innocent people. I'm not talking about
Soldiers. Yeah.
soldiers, I'm
Yeah.
talking about the innocent people. We didn't know we were killing. We were 20 miles out at sea. Wouldn't that bother you?
Yeah, it would bother me a lot.
Yeah.
Because
How can you cope with that? You can't. It's always there.
Yeah. Yeah, you feel a lot of guilt towards what you've done because you played a role in it.
Right.
And you're not really sure if it was justified or not.
That's true.
Can we talk a little bit about what happened with the gangrene? And you said it's sort of, like things kind of got.
No, that's a very,
Foggy.
no, it's not foggy, it's just can't remember.
Okay.
Like I said, I was a zombie and I can't remember. My sister is my power of attorney. She's looked after me all these years. She comes every week. She changes my linen. She does everything for me. She's my, I thought I'd have her here today, but I guess she didn't think it was necessary.
When you say that you were a zombie, is that because of
I
the
just don't
PTSD, or is that because of?
My traumatic with my legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that happened 3 years ago, and you had that removed, your
I
legs
think
removed.
2 or 3 years ago. I keep precise records, by the way. Everything I do is in one of these books. Everything I do daily is in these books. And I go through them quite often, asterisk things I want to talk about. Like Friday, Primo, I give him 3 more cartons of cigarettes today. And Now he owes me $240. Down to wait for a reporter from the Legion magazine. That's who I thought you were with.
Okay.
So I made a mistake. I don't know about what you're.
So are you selling cigarettes to
Whoa,
Primo?
easy now. I get them for $30 a carton, and I give them to him for $30. I don't make a profit on it.
Okay.
Wow, does that get on the news, eh?
This isn't going to be on the news.
That's all right.
I used to smoke cigarettes back in the day. It's been 20 years since I quit, but I remember, they were expensive back then, in the early 2000s.
Oh, I can remember getting them. The cheapest I can remember getting them was 36 cents.
36 cents
a package.
Wow.
And that was in 52.
In 1952. Yeah.
And now I don't know what they are, $10 or something a package, or $12 a package. I haven't got a clue.
It's like $20 a package.
Are they $20?
Yes.
For
yes. For one package. I did a previous episode where I interviewed a couple people that are living on the street, and I thought it would be good if I brought a pack of cigarettes to kind of offer them some cigarettes, because
Yeah.
I know a lot of people like to smoke on the street. So I bought a pack, and it came to $20, and it wasn't a really big name brand, but
Yeah, I always got 10 cartons with
Yeah.
me. I get them. My neighbor. He gets them for $30. He sells them to me for $30. He doesn't make any profit on it.
Right. No. Yeah, you're just cutting them a deal because it's a good deal.
And anybody, like, there's people here that I give cigarettes to, it's $30. I don't make any profit on it. But I'm sure somebody's making a profit.
Right. Well, Charles, for my final question, I'm wondering, what advice would you give to young Canadians today? You've lived a long time, you've experienced a lot of different things.
Get some military service. Serve your country. That's all I can say. You're Canadian, do your duty. I've been in the military now since I was, I guess, 16, 15. Well, no, I joined at 13 as a cadet, I've been in uniform since I was 13 years old. Serve your country, do what you gotta do. At what capacity you have to do it in, whatever you're good at, administration or dog soldier or whatever. Get out there and help your country. I mean, we're always at war with somebody.
Yeah.
Americans and Canadians, we're brothers, and we live together and we support each other. I can say that because I got a lot of relations in the States.
Yeah.
And my wife, I could say ex-wife, but she's still my wife. She's Cuban, and I met her in Cuba when I was down there on vacation, and we got married in Cuba. And she came up to visit me a few times, but she hasn't been here for a few years now. But, and that's heartbreaking. We communicate, that's about all.
Mm-hmm.
I guess she doesn't like Canada.
So she's living down there in Cuba.
No, she's living in Georgia.
She's living in Georgia.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's an American now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, she's a domestic. Well, she's too old now. She's retired, but she was a domestic for housekeeper,
Oh, okay.
for rich Americans. I think all Americans are rich.
And what do you feel about the current state of things? There's a lot of different news topics going on. There's a lot of different kinds of involvement with Canada and the States, and
I keep out of politics.
yeah,
I don't know nothing about them, so I keep out of it.
got it.
I've been in like you see that jacket there?
Yes, sir.
That's an officer's crest.
That's cool.
Yeah. My sister made that for me years and years ago. Yeah. Anyhow, that's about it for me. I don't have anything to say except I can answer your questions the best I can. I'm not 100% full-time yet,
Well,
but I'm getting
really,
better.
yeah, no, I really appreciate all of your honesty and sharing your story with us today. I think it's important, and I just want to say thanks and thanks for your service.
Well, thank you very much for that, and that's what I get every day. They say, thank you for your service. Everybody really sympathizes with us guys that went through Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Although I did not spend any time as a dog soldier, I was doing my duty. I just did what I was told, and it bothered me today. That's all I can say, and it brings tears to my eyes every time I think about it. But
Yeah.
that's war.
Or you're human, right?
Yeah.
You know, you feel
We
about
do
it.
as we're told,
Yeah.
and you have to do as you're told, or you wouldn't be in the service. They'd kick you out right away.
How does the Canadian military deal, how do you think they deal with, you know, sort of PTSD and the veterans when they come back?
Well, they've looked after me.
They have, okay, so
Blue Cross looks after me.
Blue Cross does, yeah.
Yeah, and that's through my military service. Once a year, they give me $2,000. Plus, I've got all my medical and everything, dental, I got everything paid for. They look after us pretty damn good, I
Okay,
think.
yeah, I've never asked that question, I was wondering
Well,
how you saw it.
I think any veteran would tell you the same thing.
Yeah,
They look after us pretty damn good. Our government,
right,
yeah. I'm not complaining. No, they look after me real good. I'm happy. Look what I got.
yeah,
Where else can, well, my next door neighbor, $1,700 a month. Primo, the guy you met outside.
yeah,
He lives, I pay $650.
wow,
It's all subsidized
right,
through the government.
right,
So they look after me really well.
good,
I'm sure they do after veterans. There's only about 6 or 7 veterans in this whole building. All the rest are guys like next door neighbor, immigrants, that come over here from a different country and yeah.
well, again, I really appreciate your time.
Well, Chris, it's nice to
Hope I
have you
haven't
here.
bothered you.
Well, I hope you delete what you don't want, anything derogatory about,
Well, if it's
Because-
okay with you, I'll probably
is
just,
that still on?
yeah.
Oh, okay, I better not say it. You might not delete it. But I'm against a few things that Canada is allowing into our country today.
Well, you can
Read
speak
that now.
openly about it right now if you want
Yeah,
to.
just taking everything from the government, bringing them over here, the government's giving them everything, subsidizing everything, making sure they have enough to survive. No, that's enough,
Okay, it's all good.
yeah.
Thank you for your time today, Charles.
Chris, it's a pleasure meeting you,
It's a
sir.
pleasure meeting you as